What opening scene made you watch the whole movie? The opening robbery scene in The Dark Knight. Brilliant introduction of the Joker. I believe that what doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. The Matrix opening with Trinity was filmed with the entire original budget to convince the studio that they weren't joking around. $10 million for the opening scene and only $63 million for the entire movie. When we first meet Trinity, she's clearly a super badass. And then when you see later in that scene how scared she is of the agent following her, that is how you properly set up a movie antagonist. The balance of power is shown perfectly. Saving Private Ryan. I had bought a ticket go see the movie. I had no idea what I was about to watch, as I had not seen any trailers. The next 20 minutes of my life were utterly insane. My grandmother told me that when she and my grandfather, World War II vet who jumped at Normandy, went to see it in theaters, after the opening scene finished, he turned to her and just said, "That's exactly what it was like." Your like and subscription will really help my channel. I think the opening scene of Inglourious Basterds perfectly introduces the villain, Hans Landa. Great dialogue and a brutal ending. Au revoir, Shoshana. Lord of War. The opening credits follow the life of a bullet. It's manufactured, quality checked, packed into a box, and then shipped off to an African nation, where it gets loaded into a gun and shot into the head of a child soldier. And then we meet the protagonist, Yuri, standing on a floor of empty casings. Says there's 550 million firearms in the world, one for every 12th person on the planet. Then asks, how do we arm the other 11? American Psycho. I remember listening to him list out every single thing he does to groom himself in the morning, and I thought, what a psycho. Then thought, ooh, I get it. Haha, I love this scene and the business card scene. Absolutely brilliant. Goodfellas. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. Terminator 2, starting with scenes of bustling everyday life, rush hour traffic, kids playing, etc. Then white flash to the same burnt-out playground in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Sarah's somber voiceover explaining how it happened. We see a brutal battle between man and machine, tanks and Terminators crushing human bones under metal treads and feet. We briefly meet the steely face of the human resistance and savior of mankind, right before segueing into the opening credits, finishing with an endoskull grinning through the flames. A real human being in the movie Drive. After an action-packed chase scene, you get a cool one-shot of Gosling driving home with the excellent Night Call playing. The first 10 minutes alone is a good enough reason to watch the movie. Spaceballs. That ship going by for 5 minutes had me rolling, and I never stopped laughing throughout that entire film. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Totally epic opening. It concisely laid out the lore and featured an epic battle scene. But there were some who resisted. Still gives me shivers. Amazing opening monologue. Raiders of the Lost Ark. All the parts from opening to the point where Indy runs and meets the escape airplane. Children of Men, especially if you've never read the book. Holy cow, that was powerful. Deadpool. That opening scene was the pitching for the movie, and the studio didn't like it. So Ryan Reynolds' upload to YouTube and the rest is history. Pulp Fiction. I was 14 when I saw it, and the opening scene just completely blew me away. Shaun of the Dead. The opening scene and the post-apocalypse scene are almost identical and filmed in the same sequence. Gladiator. That battle was incredible. Great dialogue, excellent music, human moments. What you do in life echoes in eternity. Jaws. You never see the shark in the first attack, just the knowledge that there's something under the water. Brilliant. Shrek. No kidding. The first time I saw it, I was so invested after the opening scene. The Departed. Powerful footage and commentary did such a great job of kicking it off, while giving a glimpse into what propelled Matt Damon's character into his entry into the criminal family. One of the best movies. The beginning of the cartoon Up sets up the movie perfectly and is so emotional that it carries with you until the end. The Godfather. I think the scene where Bonacera asks Don Corleone for justice sets up our perspective about the Don pretty well. In that scene, we instantly learn everything that Don Vito Corleone stood for. Mad Max Fury Road. That movie hits you in the face from the beginning and doesn't stop. The opening scene to V for Vendetta, with how we meet V. The V word speech was pretty epic also. Zombieland. It's just amazing, funny and witty. Toy Story 2. Buzz Lightyear infiltrating Emperor Zurg's fortress, but you find out later it's Rex playing Sneeze. 2001. A Space Odyssey. I was born way after the film debuted, but the opening is stunning even to a person who's used to advanced special effects. Your like and subscription will really help my channel. Thanks a lot for your donations.